So Islam again, this is part 2 of November the 18th, 2020, and it's about 7:05 a.m. Imani and I just got through stating how we don't know anyone personally in Annapolis, Maryland, and how we would never date, marry, or befriend personally an African American, black, Negro, pale skin, those that want to consider themselves white, and those that speak Spanish, whether they're from Mexico, El Salvador, South America, Puerto Rico, where it is, or any unclean spirit. They could be from the continent of Africa. Any unclean, unnatural spirit, we would never marry, date, or befriend them. That is outside of natural law. We don't know anyone personally here in Annapolis, Maryland, and we reject the telepathic code. Imani, Islam, just say, Imani, say, is that true?
Islam.
Okay, Islam. Okay. The camera stopped. So I'm gonna make this quick. So some of the things I noticed, and I just got through speaking about JF Kennedy. He was assassinated November the 18th. November 22nd, 1963. And one of the things he kept speaking about is space, and peace, and how not lying to the American people and things of that nature. And I remember he spoke about liberty. So JF Kennedy and Abraham Lincoln were the two, not all the time he spoke about it, but it's like in almost quite a few of his videos, he was using the word peace a lot. So who was he speaking to? Okay, so even when I think about listening to some of the videos of Malcolm X, the black and white videos, how he would speak about how the black Negro has become invisible. He would use sometimes the word black Negro, and then he'll switch it to African American. But he didn't. What I noticed, now I can't say every video, but the one that I saw, he never used black Negro and African American intertwined with one another. He definitely said African American, like he was trying to make a distinction. And then he said black Negro. Or the Negro. I don't even think he said black. He said the Negro has become invisible, as though non-existent. Okay, in one of his videos. And I thought it was, I had a thought when he said that in reference to being among these unclean, unnatural laboratory experiments that they have placed in the population to be weapons spiritually, mentally. Not only that, physically, by attacking the ancestral line of ancient, natural, divine, celestial beings, Moors, okay, on this landmass, breeding this filth in our lines, so they can keep the frequency low, so this filth can still exist and cultivate these spirits of bondage, violence, everything that's outside of natural law, because they themselves are not in natural law, because they themselves are not natural beings. So one of the things these spirits also will do, besides projecting a sheath of their body, and once again, I never experienced things of this nature. The 4 sharp pains that I experienced in Annapolis, Maryland, first time. Never experienced 4 sharp pains. So I was like asking Money, does he experience these? He said no. He have never experienced. He doesn't experience 4 sharp pains that he can recall that felt like it was done forcefully. But maybe one a few times he have told me he had some pains, but he said it was possibly for this, possibly for that, but not like what I experienced. So why are they sending his mother, who's 47 years old, he's 26, 4 sharp pains constantly? The first time I experienced 4 sharp pains was after I started working at Burger King, maybe a few months afterwards. This pale-skinned lady, which she would probably, unless she claimed a nationality, you would probably call her white American if you don't know the true terminology for them, would come to Burger King with the word Navy 1 and sit at the table where a lot of the black males would sit that implied to be connected to the Navy and the Army. Or even the Air Force, because even just yesterday I noticed this black male. He came in and I started to experience 4 sharp pains. He had the Air Force on his shirt, and he as I took his order, he said, "Do y'all give out military discounts. I said, no, Burger King does not give out military discounts. And then I started to experience four sharp pains. I was saying, and I don't know where they were coming from, but a lot of times when those that are close, that imply to be connected to the Navy and the Army, are around, especially the black Negro male and females, I would experience four sharp pains. And before, some of the things that I would hear around this room would be military, brother, he loves you, okay? We paid. Dirty Moors. Those Moors are dirty. I paid. They sold you. Stay. She loves your son. Other peace, or he loves peace. So when many times or brother paid. Okay, brother paid, and I'm experiencing four sharp pains. So I'm trying to sleep, and they're attacking my genitals. I have to sleep really light because they rape in your sleep. And what these savage or animals will do, they'll, after they rape you, if you don't molest you, okay, because they stalk in the room. Even as I'm doing the video, accent, black Negro or African American accent out is close around the room, talking, male and female. All right, out close around the room making noises like because they what they're doing is invading the space. Now, once again, we don't smoke cigarettes, we don't drink. We try to maintain our minds as clean as possible with clean thoughts. So why are these species, and know how we imply it? Sometimes you can imply you want to get to know, you want to be with someone, like for instance Arrington-Bey. Many times online I see a form of communication between you and I, or mentally. I have never prayed for this species. I have never implied I want to get to know anybody here in Annapolis or in Maryland. Imani Gray-Bey doesn't pray or apply or imply he want to get to know anyone here in Annapolis, Maryland. There is no reason for these spirits to be stalking our room and thinking that we are receptive or want to engage with them. We go to work, and we are true American citizens, and we try to demonstrate that as Moorish Americans, upholding freedom. So what these spirits, these savage animals will do after they rape you in your sleep, they'll start saying, and then one of them might come and close to you, trying to smile or walk past you while you walking to work, saying good morning or whatever they can do, or even come to your job and try to just stare and sit back as they wait for their food and stare at you. Okay, stare at you like you supposed to know them. Okay, because they have sat around stalking. Like, so a United States soldier, military soldier, can use one of these lower creatures to stalk the room, while the main predator, they all predators, is hoping that you'll break down where one of the nasty, then the real predator, the female, was the black Negro female or Spanish speaking pale skin, but predominantly has been the black Negro and the Spanish speaking in reference to attacking me. And out of those two, it's been mostly the black filthy Negro, but they all are predators and they all have behaved savage. Will wait, and so they can try to engage, and you might be like smiling and want to engage with them. This is what these animals will do. So they'll rape you. Okay, like for one time, this one beast actually had something over his head trying to enter my vagina while I was sleeping. So I couldn't see his face, but I felt in my dream, I felt something. I woke up like this, like in like a couple of seconds, but the filth had a black bag over his head trying to rape me, so I wouldn't see who it is. But I woke up like in a couple of seconds. When in my dream I felt something. I trained myself to. And then the black Negro females, males, when they walk by, start saying, he F-U-C-K her, he F-U-C-K you, he loves you, over and over again. That's why they sit around saying, brother, brother. That's what these animals will do. Or if they rape you in your sleep and you don't know, and your vagina or your penis or you have a feeling of that you might ejaculate, they'll start going around as they walk past you, or in the store, or at your job, saying, she liked it, or we paid. This is an animal. That's an animal beast behavior. And they don't have no shame. I mean, they literally be like, she liked it. Like, I mean, they literally walk around literally with like they have some authority to rape, to molest, to stalk the room, to send sharp pains. Now, remind you, Dwayne Bafube, the United States jurisdiction, that entire jurisdiction is in red. Every state on this landmass is in red in reference to health. Okay, and so that means that it says in too many statistics that it's 35 in reference to number 35 in reference to other nations that are considered civilized in reference to mental and physical health. So what that is saying is many citizens are being recycled in the medical system, having mental issues, physical health issues. Not only that, the United States is had over 300,000, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, could have the numbers off, cases of the coronavirus. Okay, where other nations have had less cases of the coronavirus, and some have even claimed that they have eradicated the coronavirus completely. But here I am giving testimony of these unnatural beast animals. They below beasts. At least an animal in its natural state has a system that they follow in its natural. That means it doesn't have the telepathic code, like they give the same telepathic code that they give to these beasts, to the human species, or a species of the human, that whatever that unnatural. I'm saying an animal in its natural state has a system, whether it's a pack of wolves, whether it's lion tribe, that's whether it's elephants, whatever. That's nothing. Getting back to the Spanish speaking, they will some of them, as they are outside around here, as they talk, some of them just be young werewolf, literally like a beast. Why? I gave testimony about this in 2017, 2018. I was like, why are they doing this? What's wrong with them? Because they literally are laboratory freaks. They're experiments. So yes, they will think they are werewolf. They will think they're a wolf. They will think they are a bird. They will think they're a dog. They're animals. Or not even animals. They're below animal. They are a laboratory. They're something outside of natural law. So Annapolis has a lot of this. A high rate. I can't tell you how many times I'm walking back and forth, and you see people walking. They got snot coming out their nose. Walking. I mean, literally like a zombie. A lot of obesity. So that's one thing they'll do. So then another thing they do is that they'll latch on. So they'll force mental engage, engage your sheaths. And you don't realize, so if they're enforced engaged, I mean, they project their sheath in yours, and you start moving a certain way, because one of them are forcefully mentally engaged, in which they've been doing this for over possibly 100 years. They've been doing it, but they're normalizing it. And so you don't know. So what then they start doing is, while you don't know, but you feel, I feel usually a pressure. I used to shine my light constantly and expel this these species, this freak. But what I do now is ignore it. I do my spells. I definitely make sure my spirit is with Allah, and I allow the freak to do it, because it states in natural law, in many laws, but I'm going to speak this. Let me say this: the scripture in the Holy Bible, which was made public law on this landmass. In Exodus, it says Allah plans to kill Pharaoh. He said it several times, and in the end, Allah killed, or the Lord killed, Pharaoh. These beasts, they engaging, but the reason why they're engaging, because they're doing it forcefully. A beast thinks it's not supposed to have a thought process of knowing or having sight. I allow it to do it because I know I can see what's going on. I know I can shine my light and expel it. But I've already did the spell, the prayer, to kill it, to exterminate and destroy it once it engage. Islam, because I am Allah. This is Allah, this is spirit talking. Imani is Allah, and that spirit here. In that spirit of Allah, those divine laws of freedom exist. Our Moorish American flag, love, true, peace, freedom, and justice, that represents love, true, peace, freedom, and justice. The green star in the middle. The 99 attributes of Allah. Protection. Giving praise to the Most High. So I'm in natural law. So these unclean, unnatural filth, they force mental engage. They are in self-annihilation. They're going to send helper thoughts. They're going to send helper thoughts because they're in self-annihilation. They can't help themselves. They are being killed, exterminated for the last time in history through divine prophecy. Their time is up. It states that the unclean spirit's time is short and ending. Their time is up. And they know it. And their government that used them know it too. So what I see now possibly is these military males were probably stalking and lusting after me, and the females after Imani. And probably the police, some of the police, waiting for a time to so they can engage. And they realized, because I kept my vows to you, Dwayne Baffle Bay, that time would never come, because they know that they are something else. Not only that, because they knew they're something else, they knew that I wasn't receptive. It's sad to think that, but it's true, because we are among unnatural. We're not among natural state of mind, civilized mind, and thought process. We're among a beast in the military, these unnaturalized military soldiers. Not all, I can't say all, but definitely we are among them. Male and female, Navy, Army, Air Force, and the police. So they were stalking, and they were using the citizens or different citizens to do so. And yes, there are citizens that stalk too, because they have that code. They have the code that they give to the beasts and the animals in the field. The dog, the cat, the ape, the lion, whatever. They have the same code, and that's exactly what they are. They the same. So I'm going to bring up, because so what I realized is that these spirits try to make their thoughts my thoughts,
and make it undetected. That's so. What they'll do is walk past me, and I might when they walk past me, I might get I might forget, like I might have forgotten what I wanted to do, or whatever. They'll send that thought, and they'll be like, help her. Somebody might scream help on a physical plane. I could be at Whole Foods, I could be at Burger King, and they'll send a thought. That's another way of forced mental engaging. And so if I'm on autopilot, and I'm lately I haven't been caring to see, I already know they in self-annihilation. So I know what they're trying to do. I've already demonstrated how they put millions of citizens in debt. How they help place millions of citizens in debt. How they have made millions of citizens become sick. I'm demonstrating it because I'm giving testimony of what they do. But because they are allowing me to see how they did it. But they think they have normalized it because they have distributed this code on mass levels. Not many people are going to be able to stand up and speak about it. And we are in a coronavirus pandemic, and they're speaking about forcefully giving the vaccine to to the citizens, forcefully giving it to them. And then there is talk about a real pandemic happening after that. Islam. So let me tell you about my mom, because these spirits, especially the black Negro African American, will start speaking, sending telepathic thoughts saying her mom. My mother was diagnosed with schizophrenia, just like I'm not going to even say that, was diagnosed with schizophrenia. Okay. Now, she was diagnosed by doctors in a way where now that I see and know that we are among a species of unnatural filth that are able to attack the mind. That's what they did to him, what they did to her, because what they have done is now, because they send telepathic messages, how they killed my mother, how some of their kind killed my mother, how they raped her, and how they want to do the same to me. So my mother, she was murdered. What happened was she disappeared. First let's say I was 7 years old. Let's see. Let me try to remember. She started. Her and my father had a divorce when I was 7 approximately, and she was a very successful businesswoman. She had her own business, and she had her own hair salon. She had people working under her. My father had his own business and also he worked for a company. So but after her and my father divorced, I don't know what happened. I was so young, but she never abused me. But she started to what I was told, behave oddly. Okay, now remember, they attacked the mind. So my dad came and got me one day, and they sent her away to a place, a psychological ward, and this is, and once again, telepathically, that's what, and even on the physical plane, Islam, these spirits threaten to do that. They can set me up to do the exact same thing. Islam, okay? Especially after I give testimony and I walk out. When some of them, like if I'm getting some, I might say I'm well or I'm walking, whatever, because I speak a lot. I a lot of times, Allah, all praises to Allah. I use my 10 amendments, and I do a prayer verbally about killing and destroying unclean spirits. If you're not unclean, you're not an unnatural beast, you're not a filth raping, you're not demonstrating to be part of this characteristic of this filth, then I'm not talking about you. And I think someone just walked past here and said something a few moments ago. Okay, as when I give testimony, many times out when I'm out, some of them walk by and start saying, and they might say your son, like they threatening to do something to harm him, because while he's sleeping, Imani sleeping, they'll start attacking him in his sleep, He'll make noises in his sleep and he doesn't know it. Or one of the black Negro male or Spanish speaking, whatever, mainly the black Negro male and female try to engage, then unsuccessful, engage on a physical plane. That means they're either flirting or whatever. And afterwards, some of them might say your son, and then there's my son might have a rough night sleeping. Imani, Gray Arrington-Bey. Because we among a savage animal, a beast, that they've been slave breeding for a while. And so this is the connection to the United States Navy and Army that's unnaturalized, because they know what they've been doing all around the United States. They know. Not only here, they travel. They've been overseas. So they can go overseas, rape, molest these unnatural soldiers, and then come back. They put on TV whatever they want, lie, and act like a hero. But in these third world countries, raping the children, subjugating the people, because if they're doing it to the citizens here, I'm giving testimony, mentally and spiritually. They were doing it over there, and probably to a degree that we can only imagine. Probably so savage to a degree that we can only imagine. Because I'm working at Burger King earning money, and I can't tell you a day that it has not gone by where I experienced 4 sharp pains. Why are they sending me 4 sharp pains? My organs are healthy. My thoughts are clean. There's no reason to. Even if my thoughts weren't clean, those are my thoughts. But I try to maintain divine thoughts, because that's freedom. Because I know it connects to the earth and the universe, and the healing and raising my frequency and harmonizing to the earth and the universe, not for them. So if I can't tell you a day that I have not worked at Burger King and not experienced some form of forced mental engagement, sharp pains, genitals being attacked. I'm not blaming or accusing Burger King, even though they say Burger King. Many times spirits are outside around the room saying Burger King here. Her job, slamming doors. So these unclean spirits, if they're going to do it to the citizen, a natural divine being on this landmass, okay, when there's those third world countries where there's no TV, no media, they cannot give testimony of what happened. They went to the extreme there with the telepathic code. Not only that, they probably sent some of these citizens with them over there. Because they animals. They beasts. And just let them run rapid. Just like they have done here. Because they experiment over there first. And then they brought it over here. And then come back and demonstrate themselves as being some form of hero. So my thoughts are probably some of them are, they probably stalk in the room that are in the military and Navy, the police. And they probably been lusting after me, lusting after Imani for a while. Because the United States military don't make enough money. Compared to the Moors, they or any wealthy citizen, they are not paid a lot of money. The police, they are not paid a lot of money. I looked online to see. So anyway, let me continue. But but you might hear some of them start saying how they paid, as they want to rape, or I'm experiencing my genitals being attacked. Now you see, so not only are they so delusional, so savage, they try to grab at any reason they can to explain why they should be able to implement violence and terrorism, spiritually, mentally, and physically. So my mother was diagnosed, and I was taken from her. I was living with my dad Then around when I was 11 years old, I was told she was feeling well. She was feeling she was better, and I was able to visit her. She went back to her home. I was able to visit her. And then one day I got a call, and they said that she was missing. Okay. All right. Someone just walked out up and down the hall, and it might have just did a deep. If you heard a deep breathe, and you might have heard something. Okay. I don't know. It was like a slight noise you might have, but mine just deep breathed. Okay, so that's sometimes what they do when they're attacking him in his sleep. A lot of times, also, they'll react it and laugh about it. So it might even, when they attack him in sleep, he's like, it sounds like he's trying to gasp for air, like. They'll sit around. If I'm walking, or I'm trying to shop at Whole Foods, one they'll walk around making noise and laughing. I thought it was so odd. I would hear some of the coworkers making the same noise. I don't know why they were making it at Burger King. Now I'm not accusing them because I don't know why they were making that noise. But I was like, goodness, they almost sound just like my son Imani when he's being attacked spiritually and mentally in his sleep. I'm not accusing them. I don't know. I'm just giving testimony. But definitely when I'm out walking, I'm shopping at Whole Foods or whatever, these unclean spirits will walk by, these unnatural spirits, and imitate the same noise that Imani makes as a natural, divine, celestial being, Moorish American, 26 years old, demonstrating how, yeah, we attack him and we can do it. We don't care. Because they haven't cared for over 100 years. They know exactly what they are here and supposed to be doing. Many citizens are suffering and will suffer. So, when they said she was okay, I was visiting her. Then one day I got a call from my cousin saying that she was missing. It was a blizzard that year. And they couldn't find her. So they never found her. They never found my mother. And she was, I was visiting her on the weekend. She wanted me and my sister to come back and live with her. She was working